If you're looking for an episode that is positive, upbeat, inspiring, I don't think this is the episode for you. I'm editing this almost a month after this event took place. I actually hesitated on releasing this video footage that I shot just because it's not positive and upbeat, and it certainly doesn't paint me in a positive light as being this, well put together, well thought out guy who has everything all figured out. Actually, this video is a culmination of many, many stressful things that have added up together, leading to a mental meltdown. For the 2 weeks leading up to this, maybe 3 weeks leading up to this video footage of the bear, I had been going through a escalating series of events that just kept building and building levels of stress, so much so to where I was having panic attacks at night, waking up in the middle of the night with cold sweat and heart pounding, and just overwhelmed by a number of things. Some of the highlight points would be worrying about the brakes. Anyway, I'm going to go into the whole brake issue in a different episode because that's not really what this episode is about. One of the major concerns I had and stresses I had was the ongoing issue with the brakes. The other was trying to find a place with Sprint coverage for my internet so that I could get online and do a number of things. Editing videos was just one of those. I have a couple of websites that I was trying to work on, one which was promised to a good friend of mine. And just being overwhelmed, feeling like the pressure to get that website done and not having the internet access, and trying to get the build out done in my van here. The current setup with the bed that I have, which is only 24 inches wide, is not working. It's not comfortable. It's not wide enough for me to roll over. So I have some solutions in mind, but I had to do 3 or 4 things first before building the bed in the new location, and not being able to find a boondocking spot so that I can pull out all the lumber and set it outside and build in the open space where the lumber is and then put everything back in. That was sort of the problem, because it was sort of like I could have internet or I could have a place to build, and then I had the discomfort of the bed. So all these things are building up, 4 or 5 overwhelming things, and all of them together were leading to some severe depression and near breakdowns emotionally of me, and panic attacks at night. And all of this was happening up to the video footage that you're about to see with the bear, which I don't recommend watching. It's not me at my best. You're seeing me having a mental breakdown. This is something I've never done on video before, and really happens with me maybe every 4 to 6 years. It's a rare occurrence where life overwhelms me and I have a breakdown like that. Mostly I have a very stoic personality, very stable, very calm, as you've seen in 400 plus videos now. That is my day-to-day life, so an occurrence like this is a rarity. But I decided to go ahead and release this video footage just because it shows that I'm human. I wanted to let my family and friends know sort of what I've been going through, and that if you have these experiences yourself, you're not alone. Life for a YouTuber is not always blissful, wonderful experiences, although there is a lot of that. So anyway, this episode, you don't actually get to see the bear, at least I don't think it's caught on video here, just my reaction to the experience. I'll go ahead and roll that now. I just hit a bear. I'm outside of South Fork. Colorado. Just going down the highway here, headed to into Del Norte. My hands are shaking right now. I just walked back and looked, and there's several cars stopped and the bear is still alive and dragging itself along the ground. I love wildlife. I've been having really hard time these last 2 or 3 weeks with a lot of stress, and this is sort of the pinnacle. I guess they called it in, and I don't know if police or ranger are coming out, but I'm going to wait here and wait for the authorities to come. I don't know what happens in this situation. I looked at the front of the step van, and the only thing that I can see is that the license plate is crushed in. Everything else looks fine. No damage there, which was the first question that the officials had for the people there, and they asked if my vehicle was okay. But it's just so sad. It's a nice, beautiful brown bear, and it's dragging itself along the ground towards the fence and laying there, and then it moves a little bit again, and I'm sure that it's going to die. I mean, there's no way. Even if it doesn't, I think the authorities would probably put it out of its misery, but this is just such a sad thing. I don't know what to say. I'm going to go back and wait. I'm not going to shoot any video of the bear. I just can't bring myself to bring the camera out there. It's just too much. The police have arrived, regular police, 2 cars. They have a big rifle. They walked out, they shot the bear, killed it. They just took my license and registration. They're telling me that it's no fault of mine, that it's just wildlife. It's just sad to me that they say it's just wildlife. But it is what it is. There's no way I could have prevented it. And I don't know, it's just really sad. So that was a difficult thing to have to go through. I just, as I've explained in the video, have an absolute love and passion for the outdoors and for wildlife, a great love for nature, and being respectful of that. Part of my quest is to go to the national parks to see wildlife, these kinds of things. I'm not a hunter. I don't own a gun. I've never gone hunting. That's not something for me to do, sport hunting. I have a great love for this wildlife. So this was overwhelming to me and just pushed me over the edge. I already was right on the edge of just having an emotional breakdown, and that just pushed me over the edge. So basically, after this event with the bear, I quit filming anything at all for at least 4 weeks. I didn't pick up the camera except to provide editorial content like what I'm doing now for videos and trying to get them released. But I just didn't feel like I could create anything. Didn't want to pick up the camera, didn't want to be in front of the camera. Just sort of needed a break from being in front of the camera. And I think that's okay. It's okay to take a break from these kinds of things. And I appreciate your patience with my erratic schedule of releasing videos. That's all I have for this episode. Thank you for watching. Savor the moment and see you next episode.